Welcome friends, this is Saloni, voice of MedKit, and today we're gonna take the topic of non-retroviral drugs. Friends, in this video at the last we are having a recent update, so please watch till the end. Okay, now let's get started. Friends, first something about the viruses in general. Viruses, they are obligate intracellular parasites as we know. And now let's see the mechanism of action of antiviral drugs. Friends, antiviral drugs can act at any step of viral replication. Okay. First, this virus, it gets fused with the host cell. This is the host cell. This virus, it gets fused with the host cell membrane and penetration inside the cell occurs. After penetration, uncoating occurs. After uncoating this genetic material, it is free inside the host cell. After that, early proteins, for example, DNA polymerases are formed. After the production of early proteins, nucleic acid synthesis occurs inside the nucleus of the host cell. When nucleic acid synthesis occurs, then late protein synthesis and activation takes place. Then packaging and assembly and maturation of the virus occurs. After that, release of virus is there, and this release, it is with the help of neuraminidase, and this neuraminidase, it causes infection. Due to this release, there is infection of other cells as we know. So friends, this was all about the mechanism of action of antiviral drugs, and drugs can act at any of these steps to inhibit viral replication. Okay. Now, the anti-herpes virus drugs. For this, acyclovir, it is the most important drug. Acyclovir, it gets converted to acyclovir monophosphate, then acyclovir diphosphate, then acyclovir triphosphate. Two enzymes, they are involved in these conversion of acyclovir to acyclovir triphosphate. The first enzyme is thymidine kinase. Okay. Friends, this thymidine kinase, it is viral. It is a thymidine kinase of virus. Okay. And now the acyclovir, it is converted to monophosphate. Then the conversion to diphosphate and triphosphate, it is with the help of kinases only, but this kinases, it is of human. This is host cell kinase. Okay. The acyclovir triphosphate, it inhibits the viral DNA polymerases. Friends, this inhibition of viral DNA polymerases, it is by two methods. First is by competitive inhibition, and the second one is by incorporating in viral DNA and lengthening stops. Okay. One more point, friends, resistance occurs due to mutation of this thymidine kinase, the viral thymidine kinase. Okay. Now let's discuss about the pharmacokinetics of acyclovir. Acyclovir, it can be given topically, orally, as well as intravenously also. Okay. And a drawback of acyclovir, it is that it is very short acting. It has a very short T-half. So multiple dosing is required. Multiple daily dosing is required. Now, about the uses of acyclovir. Acyclovir, it is useful in herpes simplex virus infections. Friends, HSV infections, HSV, it is of two types, HSV1 and HSV2. HSV1, it causes mucocutaneous infections as well as encephalitis. And HSV2, it causes genital infections. Okay, now varicella zoster viruses, it is the causative agent of chickenpox. And the point to note here is that acyclovir, it is the drug of choice for both of these infections. The drug of choice is acyclovir. And we discussed before that this inhibits the viral polymerase. Fine. Now, the sensitivity order of acyclovir, friends, HSV1, it is the most sensitive towards acyclovir, followed by HSV2, then HSV, then VZV, varicella zoster virus, and Epstein-Barr virus, they are equally sensitive. Okay. So this is a sensitivity order, and the point what we have to note here is that cytomegalovirus, it is not sensitive. Okay, this is not sensitive for acyclovir. Now, the adverse effect of acyclovir, they are nephrotoxicity and neurotoxicity. These are the principal adverse effects. These are dose limiting adverse effects, and this is due to parenteral route of drug administration. Okay. Now friends, just mentioned the acyclovir congeners, they are valacyclovir, famciclovir, and penciclovir. Okay, fine. Friends, as we have discussed that cytomegalovirus, it is not sensitive for acyclovir. So for acyclovir, we have ganciclovir. Ganciclovir, it is the drug of choice for cytomegalovirus infections, including retinitis, and this retinitis, it is particularly in immunocompromised patients. Okay. The adverse effect of ganciclovir, it is myelosuppression, that is bone marrow suppression, and this suppression, it is additive. It means the drugs that also cause myelosuppressions, they should not be given with ganciclovir. And one example, one of the most important example, that is zerovodine. It should not be added with ganciclovir as it produces the additive side effect myelosuppression. Now, valganciclovir. And one more point about ganciclovir, that this is effective IV only. This can be administered IV only, but valganciclovir, it is good absorbed orally. It has a good oral absorption. Okay. Now, anti-influenza virus drugs. Anti-influenza virus drugs, it is divided into three groups: the uncoating inhibitors, neuraminidase inhibitors, and polymerase inhibitors. Uncoating inhibitors, as we had discussed, they inhibit the removal of nucleocapsid, okay, inside the host cell, and these includes amantadine and rimantadine. One point that we have to know about amantadine is it is also used in the treatment of Parkinsonism. Okay. And rimantadine, it is longer acting than amantadine. And a point for both of these amantadine and rimantadine, the uncoating inhibitors, is that they are effective for influenza virus A infections only, for influenza A viruses only. Now the neuraminidase inhibitors. Neuraminidase inhibitors, they are oseltamivir, zanamivir, and peramivir. Friends, oseltamivir, it is active orally. It is given orally. And this is the drug of choice for swine flu as well as bird flu. And we know that swine flu, it is due to H1N1 infection, and bird flu, it is due to H5N1 infection. Okay, zanamivir. Zanamivir, it is inhalational. So the adverse effect here is bronchospasm. Okay. Now peramivir. Peramivir, it is administered parenterally, that is IV administration. And one common point is that these neuraminidase inhibitors, they are effective both for influenza virus A as well as B. Okay. The function of neuraminidase is the release of viruses. So the inhibitors, they inhibit the release of viruses, so other cells, they can't be infected. Okay. Now the polymerase inhibitors, it has a newer drug, that is baloxavir. Friends, baloxavir, it is a single dose treatment and it is effective orally. It is given orally. Now, the anti-hepatitis virus drugs. The anti-hepatitis virus drugs, before discussing it, we should know that hepatitis A and E, they are self-limiting, and hepatitis D virus, it takes help of hepatitis B virus only. Okay, so here we are more concerned about hepatitis B and hepatitis C viruses. Okay, so the goal of therapy of hepatitis B viruses and hepatitis C viruses, for chronic HBV infection, the goal of therapy is the suppression of hepatitis B viruses replication, and for HCV, HCV, the goal of therapy is eradication of viruses, viral eradication. Okay, now about hepatitis B viruses, the drugs that are used against these viruses, they are lamivudine, entecavir, and tenofovir, and many more, but the important ones here. Lamivudine, it is nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitor. Okay, it is nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitor, and lamivudine, it is helpful in hepatitis B virus infections as well as HIV infections also. Okay, now entecavir, it is HBV viral DNA polymerase inhibitor. So this is the first line drug for chronic HBV infection. Okay. Now tenofovir. Tenofovir, friends, it is monophosphate nucleotide related to AMP. And tenofovir, it is also the first line drug for chronic hepatitis B infection. Okay. Now friends, let's discuss about hepatitis C virus and the drugs against it. It is ribavirin. Friends, ribavirin, it is a wide spectrum antiviral drug. Okay. It can be administered orally, and this is helpful in chronic hepatitis C infection. A very important adverse effect, two very important adverse effect of ribavirin, they are dose dependent hemolytic anemia, and it is also known that it is human teratogen. Okay, these were the adverse effect of ribavirin. Now let's see something about interferon alpha. Friends, as we know that interferon alpha, it is a cytokine, and also it acts by JAK-STAT pathway. The uses of interferon alpha, it is in chronic hepatitis B virus infection, and also when it is added with ribavirin, it is also helpful in acute hepatitis C virus infection. Okay. Now friends, let's discuss some newer drugs for hepatitis C viral infections, and they all are oral preparations. So they are grouped under protease inhibitors, NS5A inhibitors, and NS5B inhibitors. Okay, they are telaprevir, boceprevir, simprevir, grazoprevir, and paritaprevir. NS5A inhibitors, they are elbasivir, ledidesivir, daclatasivir, ombitasivir, pibrentasivir. Okay, NS5B inhibitors, they are sofosbuvir, dasabuvir, beclavuvir. Okay, friends, protease inhibitors, it is helpful in the protease. They are helpful in the conversion of inactive proteins to active proteins. So here these drugs, they inhibit this protease enzyme. NS5A and NS5B, they are related to the function of RNA polymerases. So these drugs, they inhibit this function of RNA polymerases. And now these drugs, they are the first line drugs for hepatitis C in different combinations. Okay, for different strains of hepatitis C virus, different combinations are used to treat hepatitis C infections. Okay, friends, this is a recent update, a very recent update in 2020. Thanks to their discovery of hepatitis C virus, they have got the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 2020. Due to their discovery, there is highly sensitive blood tests for the viruses are now available, and these have essentially eliminated post-transfusion hepatitis, okay, in many parts of the world, greatly improving global health. So this is a very happy news as medicos, okay, for the world. So friends, this was all about today's video. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to this channel. It really means a lot. Thanks for watching. Thank you.